What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode in my Football Manager save. This is episode number 106. Instead of returning with another European knockout tie against the French side, we're going to have 3 knockouts in a row here. I guess we'll find out. Yeah, we've got first leg against Monaco away and then the second leg at home, and sandwiched in between that, a tricky test away against battling for survival Hoffenheim as we aim to stay top of the table. Before we get to the games though, should I know what we're getting on off camera? And I need to go to the doctors, man. I can't put it over much longer. It's so painful. Do you remember a couple episodes ago, I was talking about my nose? It's just like this morning, it's so painful. And I'm moving house on Thursday, and I'm moving to a different location. So I don't really want to go to my current GP, knowing I'm about to move to a new location and get a new GP. But anyway, yeah, if I don't sound great today, guys, that nose pain, it's not gone away, unfortunately. But what has gone away is our inconsistent run of form. Yes, on the back of the last episode where you saw our 2-1 win away against Barcelona with the B team. That was amazing. And then a 1-0 win away against Mönchengladbach at Borussia Park. Just a one game off camera on the back of deadline day where we beat Dusseldorf home by 2-0. Romero missed a penalty. We have missed 5 of our 6 penalties this season. That is ridiculous, isn't it? And he missed a penalty. We still won the game 2-0. Moukoko bagging a brace in 8 minutes. We dominated the entire game. It was a very comfortable win in the end, even though we left it late to get it. But yeah, 2-0 win there against Dusseldorf, and as you'll see, Leipzig and Bayern both matched our results, which means that right now, as you will see, Bayern have caught up in games played, but they're still behind us by 7 points, and we've got the better goal difference record as well. Leipzig have been stuttering, Bayern are back to their best, and right now, I think for Hertha and for Schalke, I don't think they're going to be able to stay in the race now with 12 games to go. Mainz are definitely out of it now after a horrendous run of form, but I think what was a 6 or 7 horse race has now been turned into a 4 horse race. 8 points separating us and Bayer Leverkusen in 4th. It's the top 4 that are all going for this grand prize. Will Bayern win it again for the 21st in a row, or will us, Leipzig or Bayer, finally end their dominance this season? And I don't think there's anything else to show you in the run off camera other than Luca Romero about to sign a new contract. Yeah, of course, he was unsettled. He was considering leaving at the end of next season once his contract ran down, but I don't want to lose him for nothing. And Luca Romero, like, he's so much better than his stats suggest. Obviously, we signed him for Bournemouth on the cheap back in season 3, and he helped us win the Carabao Cup and the Conference League in his debut year, playing some brilliant football. He, of course, scored the winning goal in the Conference League final as well. Then the following year, he left us halfway through in January for what was the release clause of 38.5 mil. And since he joined Dortmund, I mean, he's just absolutely dominated here in the Bundesliga. Of course, these seasons are without me, but then these past 3 years where we've worked together again, he's just been balling out. First season, he was unbelievable. Last season, almost as good, I would say. And then this season as well, I mean, the average rating suggests he's even gotten better. So, not quite as much game time this year, mainly due to the emergence of Angelo Landshooter. But even so, he plays so much better than his stats suggest here. I mean, yes, we can see the great agility and the good flair and the good work rate and the good technique and dribbling as well, but there's no green here. There's literally no green in the technicals, yet he's such a great technically gifted player. It's so strange. He plays way better than the stats suggest, or the attributes suggest, and the stats back it up. So yeah, Romero's going to sign a new 3-year extension, and I think he's going to take a 15 or 20 grand wage increase. But for a player in his prime, playing his best football, I don't think that's a bad contract at all. So yeah, first game, it is indeed Monaco in Ligue 1, obviously in the south of France. They've got an absolutely fantastic team. Conor Gallagher, who is just a monster at this point in the save, even at 33 years old, currently balling out in the south of France as well. They've got Vanderson, who normally turns into an amazing right back in this year's FM as well. Our former player at Bournemouth, Hamid Traore, who was really good for us in the years we were there at the Vitality, and then the Eddie Howe. Moise Keane is there up top. They've got Profundi, who turns into a monster in this year's FM as well, such as Charles de Ketelaere is also there as well. So it's a really, really good team, is what I'm trying to say. And right now they're second in Ligue 1, trying to dethrone PSG, but well, it's almost as dominant as as Bayern Munich, in Germany. It's a great team, and obviously the two of the 3 last years I've been in European competitions, I've been knocked out by Stade Rennais in France. Now is it Monaco's time? Well, heading into the game, this will be our team. It's our 4-2-3 on Gegenpress. Just one injury happened off camera, advancing through to this game here, and Stefano Strilli went down with ankle ligament damage in training. That's a big blow, because Stefano, since coming in from Hellas Verona, I remember at the time thinking, have I overspent £81 million for this youngster? Well, I think the answer is definitely no, because this guy's been an unbelievable fullback for me, either at right back or left back, but he's out of both legs, unfortunately. Big blow there. So, heading into the game, normal Gegenpress 4-2-3-1, and we've got Dennis in goal. The back four of Krozer, now in his more natural left back role, with the Dragon, Creswell and Fresneda. Landshuter is dropping deeper, which I don't want to do, but, you know, I love having him here, but he's still a great passer of the ball. So I'm okay to sit him deeper in this game due to Strilli's absence alongside Mane. Dos Santos is on the left, Company is on the right, and Reina does support Yusufa up top. On the bench you've got Alfonso, Steiger, Bennett, Flavio, Watjen, Curing, Silva, Vimmer, Romero, Diao, Mohamed, and Jordan Norton as well. First of three, it's the first leg, Monaco away. Can we avenge our demons, and can I finally break that French football curse? Come on, Borussia Dortmund. Yep, with Bournemouth, we bottled it in the Champions League quarters against Stade Rennais, and obviously last year we got knocked out in the last 16 by Stade Rennais with Dortmund. So yeah, it's safe to say I don't really enjoy playing in France, no doubt about that. We took on Monaco in the league phase, of course, this season as well, and drew. That was our opening game of the 8 we played. So, yep, I haven't got a great record playing in France. Hopefully, we'll put that right somewhat tonight. First highlight falling early for Fresneda down the right, crossing to the far post, headed away by Antonio Silva, and cleared by Monaco. De Ketelaere, the Belgian, takes it over the halfway line, and the host looking for this opener as he rolls it into the middle. And it's coming. De Ketelaere on the turn. Giacomelli, I think that's offside there. Monaco are taking a very early lead, but I don't think that's going to stand. He looked a couple of yards off to me. So, good ball by the Belgian. Good finish, but I think that's going to be chalked off. So, yeah, disallowed. And thankfully, we haven't fallen behind in France 7 minutes in, but it would have been typical of me if that was the case. I just cannot get it sorted in France. And we got knocked out in the Champions League quarters by Stade Rennais with Bournemouth. We got knocked out by Stade Rennais in the Champions League last 16 with Dortmund last season. We drew with Monaco this year, and that was at home in the league phase. I just cannot win in France. Company's cross, Moukoko must finish, plays it back to Landshuter! And the kid opens the score and get in! I've got to give Moukoko some credit there, because I was about to slag him off and say, Yusufa, why didn't you pull the trigger? That was like Ben Simmons passing up the dunk on Trae Young. Why didn't you shoot from there, mate? Instead, does something even wiser. Knows Angelo's behind him, so holds it up, flicks it off, and the kid, the 17-year-old, scores his first ever goal in European football. Fair play, Yusufa. I've given you a lot of criticism since you've re-signed for us here, because I know how much better you can be. It's like when on Friday night, do you remember last Friday when Haaland scored twice in the first half versus Burnley, and Pep was slagging him off going off the pitch? You know, like, oh, he's got in! Oh, what a howler! Moukoko's got our second, but was it offside? I think he was on there. He looked on to me. Moukoko, yeah, it stands, and Moukoko's made it too. And that's funny, because this is a goalkeeper, Sequeira, who was signed from Argentina. I was planning on bringing him in the summer, had I not spent the big bucks on Dennis. Safe to say I made the right call. It's a howler by the Argentine. Yeah, Yusufa makes it too. And yeah, this is just how good Yusufa can be. This is why Pep was angry at Haaland at half time, because he knows that as good as he is, he can be even better. 2-0 Dortmund, and is that French football curse of Docks coming to an end tonight in the south of France. 2-0 up, and a brilliant first 20 minutes. Oh, good ball, De Ketelaere. Oh no, Dragon, what a block. Turns it onto the bar and recovers there, as it's still 2-0. Excellent work from the vice-captain to ensure Monaco don't get right back in it after we doubled our lead. 2 goals in 6 minutes, but Monaco clipping the woodwork. This game is far from over. Definitely more goals tonight, and maybe right here, Anthony Company, Reina, Moukoko onside for the third. Oh, tipped onto the bar, and oh, he struggled. He has struggled. Sequeira made a good save initially, tipping it onto the bar, but my goodness, that ball bouncing on the goal line. Wany's got to take charge, and at that point, you got to blame a lack of communication. Good ball by Reina. Moukoko definitely onside. Shot well saved initially, but there, from that position, oh, that's really poor. Keeper's out of there. It's 3-0 Dortmund. And we have just been on it from the very first whistle tonight. It's been great to see Reina, Fernando to make it 4 off the crossbar. What a first half an hour performance this has been in the South France. We're dominating out there, man. This is a good Monaco side. This is a good Monaco side, but we have literally been at them from the first whistle. This has been so encouraging. Free kick, Monaco, as they try and get back in this tie, down by 3. And it's our former winger, Hamid Traore, round Reina, and off the bar from range as we still lead by 3. I've taken off Fresneda and Dos Santos. I feel pretty comfortable. We should be able to see this game out here, and I might take off Yusufa. I just never like to take off a player on a hat trick, but I want to make sure he's fit enough for the weekend game and no silly injuries in the final 26.5 minutes. Leading by 3. We get another goal and this tie is officially over. If Monaco do get one back, you know those European tie comebacks are quite common in FM. You just never know. They've been better in the second half as they look for a goal back here. The Dragon clears though, and now we come on the counter. Reina, what a chance. Yusufa, he's got company to the left, Vimmer to the right. He finds Pat, Vimmer, Mukoko, off the post. The amount of times the woodwork's been struck tonight, crazy. Free kick wouldn't have counted anyway. Reina, free kick, whipped into the middle, headed away, but he should pick it back up, and does. And with 13 minutes to go, Jordan Norton should have got his third goal in 2 European games tonight, and maybe that night at the new camp was just a fever dream, because it's amazing to think there's only 2 goals he scored this season came to Nou Camp. Even so, still 3-0, but we get a 4th goal later on. This tie is definitely over. 6 minutes on the clock as we still lead by 3. Just trying to make sure we don't lose that clean sheet, which we might do here, and should have done as well. Flag stayed down. What a miss. Monaco tonight have been so poor. This has really stunned me. I expected a much better performance out there, but instead, we've been really in control from start to finish. As Luis Flavio, off the bench, finds company, and the Spaniard back to Croza, who is dispossessed. Monaco need a goal. And they've got one. Moise Keane finds the bottom corner. 3-1. Is the tie back on? Blimey, this has been a long old night tonight as we still lead by 2. Vimmer squares one to Jordan Norton, and again, the young Australian fails to finish. But that will be the final action of the game. So that late goal from Moise Keane ensures that we certainly haven't got a foot in the quarters, but it was still a really impressive win. I think that's probably just my first win in France in my managerial career. We'll take it. I was nervous heading into that away day, but job done. See out a clean sheet in a second, and we're going through to the next knockout round. And there we go. Luca Romero does sign a thing and remain at Borussia Dortmund until he's at least 30 years old. So yeah, pleased with that. 3-year deal, and slight increase in the wages, but at least now we know for sure we won't get that dreaded exploring options at the end of his contract email anytime soon. Luca's here to stay. So, just before our second of 3 games on this Saturday, coming back early because Bayer Leverkusen away at Borussia Park on this Friday night. Right now, 8 points behind us in the table. I'd say they need to win at least 9 of their final 12 to be champions, I would say. So, let's see if they can get the first of those here. And note, they lost and got battered 5-1. So, I think maybe, just maybe, what was a 6-horse race became 4, and what was a 4-horse race may well become 3. They'll still be in it, but if we, Leipzig and Bayern all win this weekend, I don't know if they'll be able to get back in this race. Massive loss there. Oh man, look at this guy, man. Look at this guy. Continuing to get better and better. He's really come on leaps and bounds this year. I mean, I know raised eyebrows, spending just under 20 million for a 15-year-old that hadn't kicked a ball in pro football, but seriously, man, this guy is just something special. I knew it when I saw him. I'd never seen a better looking 15-year-old than this guy, man. He's absolutely class. Oh, he's just getting better. I mean, he's literally 17 years old, man. What this guy could become in like 5 years or so. It's scary. It's really, really scary. So, yeah, moving on to the second game of today's episode then. It is in the Hoffenheim away, scrapping for their lives down the bottom of the table. But they did beat Leipzig here So can they shock us as well? Leipzig themselves are playing today away against Freiburg. Tough test there for a side looking for a late run for a European place. Bayern a late kickoff as usual. They're away at Union Berlin. So a win will guarantee we stay top. Let's make sure we don't have any slip-ups here and get it done. So, yep, no changes to our line. So one change to our line on the back of the win against Monaco, and this is our team. Dennis in goal, back four once again. Kroos of the Dragon, Kroos working for Sneijder. Lanchuter and Mane once again to D'Angelo with Dos Santos on the left, Romero coming back in for company, and Reina supporting Yusufo leading the line. On the bench you've got Alfonso, Bennett, Flavio, Watjen, Curing, Silva, Wimmer, company, and Norton as well. Second and three, Hoffenheim away, and a win keeps us top of the table with what will be 11 games to go. Come on, Borussia Dortmund. No way, Brendan Rodgers in charge of Hoffenheim now. That's incredible. What's his managerial career been like in the save? He's gone from Leverkusen to Wolfsburg to Luton and now to Hoffenheim. I think he just likes managing in Germany nowadays, Brendan. It's a great chat. I can't remember what podcast I was listening to. It was a great chat with Brendan Rodgers. But it might not even have been a podcast now. It might have been a documentary. But it was Steven Gerrard saying how Brendan Rodgers is one of the best man managers he's ever worked under. And that's some high praise indeed if it comes from the great Steven Gerrard. But Rodgers, he got a bit of stick for that period of time at Liverpool, but it's worth remembering that during that time they went so close to putting off an amazing upset, against Man City in the race to the Championship. I thought he didn't do great there, and it was the right decision to let him go, but he was okay. And obviously, winning with Celtic, doing really well there, and then obviously with Leicester, doing really well there. Good manager, Brendan Rodgers. Really good manager. Underrated, in my opinion. Anyway, first highlight falling early as Giovanni Reina looks to slide through Yusufa, and it's Moukoko who, hits the post, and it's cleared away. Almost a dream start, still 0-0. Yeah, it's worth pointing out, Rodgers, not only did he win the FA Cup with Leicester City, which is a great achievement as well, he was sacked quite a bit before the end of last season, and I'm not going to say he would have kept them up, but there was always that chance. I think when he went, I couldn't see Leicester staying up after that. But because they had such a good team, Leicester, last year, it really was a surprise to me, definitely, that they ended up going down. But you think it's time at Liverpool as well. Again, maybe not exactly what the Reds were hoping for, but he's responsible for bringing in quite a few really good players there. He bought Bobby Firmino to the club. He bought Joe Gomez to the club on a small fee. I think he signed Philip Coutinho, didn't he? Moukoko taps in there, and we will take the lead. So yeah, quite a few really good players that have become Liverpool. Great service to Liverpool. Divock Origi, I think, was a Rodgers signing as well. So I think he doesn't get as much credit for that stint there at Liverpool as he deserves. It wasn't great, but it could have been a hell of a lot worse. Anyway, Dortmund do take the lead there. Good press by Reina, winning it back quickly, and Yusufa's not going to miss twice in a row tonight. 1-0, and there's the start we wanted. He didn't bring Sterling to the club, did he? Because obviously Sterling was originally QPR, as Leipzig are going in front there against Freiburg. So that's going to cancel out our win if they hold on there. Did he bring Sterling to Liverpool? He might have done, I'm not too... I don't know. It's a long time ago now, and it's crazy to say it was a long time ago, considering that's how you know when you're getting old. It feels like it's only 3 or 4 years ago. It's a lot longer than that, Doxy boy. But still, really good start this, as we still lead by 1, and right now we're in control of this game. We take it up a gear, though, and we should be able to see this out. So I'll say to the boys, I know you're capable of even better. Get that second goal, and these 3 points are out. And I will individually criticise Luca having a rare off game today on the back of getting that contract extension. Get a second goal, and I'm sure these points will be ours. Reina, free kick to the far post, headed off the post by Moukoko, but he turns in his own miss for goal number 35 this season. You know what? I gotta stop slagging this guy off. I mean, seriously, 35 goals this season. And don't get me wrong, I know it is true. He could be better based on his world-class stats. But you know what? He is still the top scorer in German football this year. And I'd say the main reason we are where we are right now, which is going to be top of the table. And whilst Freiburg will pull one back there against Leipzig, I still think RB should hold on to that. But we will do ourselves as well with a 2-0 win here. And that will mean the table will still see us have a 2-point lead with 11 games to go. Oh, no, Freiburg will battle back from 2 goals down to level it there. So we're going to see out the win here. And I don't really feel the need to take off too many of my starters with the Monaco game coming on Wednesday, knowing we're 90 minutes away from the last 16, past the first knockout playoff round. as we'll try and get ourselves a third goal to improve our goal difference record, which is what the title could well come down to based on how tight it's been so far. But yeah, well done Freiburg, battling from 2 goals down there to level it. Can they hold on? That would be massive if they do. Reina over the top, Moukoko for the hat-trick. Taken a bit wide there. And is that a penalty? I think it is. And a chance for Yusufa to finally net his first from 12 yards this season. Oh, no penalty. Don't often see those get overturned by VAR. But there you go. Leipzig back in front there away against Freiburg. Do you know what? Try not to worry about it. If we do our job, then it doesn't matter. If we win our remaining games, we're champions. So don't worry about Leipzig. Just worry about our performances and get it done ourselves. The Dragon out to Kroos. And Loreen back to the Dragon as we shall try and work our way forwards here. This is what I mean with Kroos, by the way. Like, since I've turned him into a DLP as Romero finds Moukoko for the hat-trick, selflessly done by Luca, and that will net the match ball for Yusufa. But Loreen hasn't really affected the game directly in this one here, whereas when we do play him DLP in that land shooter role today, that's where I think we get the best out of. I think when he's on the left-hand side, yes, he's an elite fullback with the stats he's got, but he's not really in the game as much, you know. Even so, Romero selflessly worked there, offloads to Moukoko for the hat-trick, and that will do it. 3-0, job done. And after a dominant display, Freiburg have just found their leveller and equalised at the death to make it 3-3. Did they hold on there? It looks as though they have, so a 3-0 win here. And I think we've gone even further clear at the top. Big win away against struggling Hoffenheim. Moukoko with a hat-trick. And have we now gone further clear? Freiburg, did you do us a favour? Yes, they did. So we're now 4 points clear with 11 games to go. First time we've had a 2-game gap on the chasing pack. Right then, Freiburg, massive favour done. And now it's over to you, Union Berlin. Can you hold Bayern Munich tonight? If they can, then what a weekend this will be for us. Let's quickly process through. Before I do that, I'll individually praise Moukoko. Well done, mate. Well done. And we'll process through. And no, Bayern Munich did win away in Berlin. So it means that Bayern cut the gap on Leipzig to 3, but we're still 7 clear of them and have now gone 4 clear of Leipzig as well. 11 games to go. Just keeping it calm. And on this Sunday, just real briefly, Hertha and Schalke both won their games in hand. So they've now cut the gap on Bayer to 2. But I think they're just a bit too far off now. When you consider them to be dark horses, they're so far back, they're basically in the stalls right now. 13 points off, 11 games to go. Technically, they are still in it, but it's going to take a miracle for them to get in it now. I still think this has now become a 3-horse race. Oh shit! Yeah, I forgot about that as well. Sorry, off camera, I forgot as well. We got the draw for the quarterfinals of the DFB Pokal, and you would have seen it there. We got the holders, Borussia Mönchengladbach at home. So yeah, certainly not an easy game there against the champions of last season in the cup, and it's at home against Mönchengladbach. Right then, third and final game, and I've just realised I've not set my team up. So 1 second, 3, 2, 1. Hey, there we go. Right then, yeah, seamless editing there from Doxy Boy. That's 12 years of experience on YouTube, that is. Right. Oh dear. Moving on, third and final game. Monaco, second leg, and after winning the first leg comfortably 3-1. I'm not going to say we've got 1 foot in the quarters, because we definitely don't. Oh, sorry, I should say it's the last 16. Here we go through this knockout playoff round into the last 16. So the last 16, but we certainly got a pinky toe in there. Keep a clean sheet tonight, and we are going through. So Marnie suspended for the game tonight. That's only a big blow for us. Other than that, it's still going to be a strong lineup, but not quite as strong with that game coming on the weekend at home to Schalke, tough Revier derby. So this is our team. Dennis in goal, back four of now Kroos, Bennett on injections after picking up a knock in train. It's just a bruised ankle though, so it should be alright. Alongside the captain Creswell and Fresneda. Watjen and Silva are moving up to CM today, just because for Silva, like I said, I promised him he'd play in that fucking Red Arrows, that position of CM. Promises in FM, I feel, are a little bit broken because, I mean, you know, is he really going to be that angry if I play him DM? But sometimes if you break a promise, that player will just, like, never forgive you for it, so solid. But he'll play CM. Shouldn't be too big of a blow, though, as they're both deeper roles regardless. But, yeah, he's alongside Kiel. Company's on the left, Romero's on the right, and Reina supports Moukoko up top. On the bench, you've got Alfonso, Steiger, the Dragon, Flavio, Striddy, Lanjuta, Curing, Vimmer, Dos Santos, Diane, Mohamed, and Norton as well. So a strong bench if required, but hopefully we'll have enough quality to make it through with minimal fuss. Come on, Borussia Dortmund. This season at home, we have been practically lights out. We've won every single league game at home this season, and as Moukoko's denied there, we have slipped up at home in Europe, however. We lost to Manchester United. We drew with Monaco, funny enough, in the league phase as well. But we are, of course, far better at home than we are away. So, fingers crossed, we should have enough quality to make it through tonight with very minimal fuss. Still 0-0, but already setting the tone early, looking for that breakthrough. Monaco looking to battle back from a 3-0 deficit over these two legs and force extra time, or perhaps a knockout in normal time. Trusting the captain Creswell to shepherd the youngster Bennett tonight. I really like that. You know, it's kind of cool when you got like a senior shepherding a youngster. It's even cooler if they've got the same nationality or the same personality, you know. So I like that a lot. And I think we'll be okay. Charlie has just turned into an absolute born leader in this team. I love him. I really do, man. Seriously, he's such a leader. And I'm glad I gave him the armband as Reyes finds Fresneda and the chance falling here with Romero just inside the area, holding it up, looking to turn this. Kiel shot blocked and claimed as well. Good move, just couldn't finish it. Still 0-0, but staying tight defensively. That's the most important thing tonight. Free kick for Dortmund. 10 minutes to go before the break. Looking to get that goal that will surely see us through. Whipped into the far post and turned in by the captain, leading by example, Charlie Creswell, saying to Chris, that's how you do it if you want to be a Dortmund fan favourite. And the skipper makes it 1-0 on the night. Good delivery by Rayner, very teasing to the far post there. Creswell turns home on the first time volley, 1-0, great camera angle, and that should do it now. Bloody love Charlie Creswell. What a decision it was to bring him in for, again, I think it was £36.5 million. 2 solid years. This year he takes the armband at 30 as my senior, my leader, and he's leading us into the next round of the Champions League. As Dennis makes a great save. No, it wasn't Dennis. I saw it the flash up there. Creswell with a block. He's having a ball out there tonight. Free kick, Monaco, and that goes just wide. It's still 1-0, but I think that should do it now. I can't see us getting caught from here, so slightly bold move to do this, but I am going to take off a couple of my starters at the break. It was Schalke on the weekend. We've gone Norton, the young Australian from Moukoko, and I think I'll also go ahead and take off Rayner let's go with Patrick Wimmer. What we'll do is we'll play Luca through the middle and Wimmer on the right, but as a natural winger support. There we go. So, second half to begin. 2 of my stars coming off, but we're a 3-goal lead. I think we're going to be okay from here. Krozer picks it up. 8 minutes after the resign. Looks for Anthony. Finds him. Company. Romero. Game done. Monaco out. And my French football curse appears to have ended. If only for this season. Monaco, Stade Rennais just instilled fear in my bones. Monaco, not quite so much. 2-0, 5-1 over 2 legs, and that is going to do it. Nice slip ball through by Krozer, and Company into the middle, spots Romero, marking that contract extension with the goal, the dagger, and the progress through to the next round. Now what we need to do is make sure we don't get any silly bookings out there. So what I often do is when you are in control of a game, and you're in the later stages, as Mohamed gets his first goal of the season. Is that his first goal for the club? It might well. Yes, it is. First goal for the youngster. What I like to do is when I'm in complete control of the game, just lower the tempo down and play at a much slower pace. Pass the ball to feet. Don't have the players run for balls anymore. And just stay on your feet as well. So that avoids any kind of silly yellows and possible pulled calves, pulled thighs, whatever, chasing for balls as well. So it minimises the risk of injury. And it also makes sure that it minimises the risk of suspensions as well. So 3-0, 6-1 over 2 legs, and job definitely done now. Game management, baby. Game management. A controlled final 25 minutes for Borussia Dortmund as we hold on to a big 3-0 victory. And I'll say that's how you handle a 2-legged tie. Very well done. We are into the last 16 proper, if you will, of the Champions League for the first time since I've been here with Borussia Dortmund. 1-time Champions League winners, of course, a long time ago now. And I have to say, I haven't really mentioned it this season. I don't think I've mentioned it at all, but technically, the treble is still on. We are through Champions League last 16, and when is the draw for that? When is the draw? Can I do it today? No, it's next Tuesday, and that'll be after the game against, so that'll be that. So what we'll do is I'll do that. That's how we'll come back for the next episode. hang on, no, sorry, that's the second leg tied. It's on the Thursday. Well, it'll be in the next episode anyway. We'll have the second leg, last 16 draw, sorry, and we'll have Mönchengladbach and Union Berlin as well. Guys, have a great day. Much love to you all. Dortmund flying. Question is, will we get downed right at the death? Well, have a fantastic day. Much love to you, and I will see you for the quarterfinal of the DFB Pokal against the holders Mönchengladbach and also Union Berlin away in the Bundesliga, aiming to stay top of the table. Oh, and look at that, we've got the last 16 straight up. I can't get a gap this season, it's crazy. But I'll see you for the next episode very soon.